The reason why I asked why I moved, hey Joel, alright, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So the reason we moved was because my brain is way too tired to do the stairs, and I'm gonna end up building a habit of holding the rails again if I don't get off. So that's why I had to get off because I could really tell that my body was trying to hold the rails a lot because we're super well, we're not sleepy but we're sleepy. But yeah, I just if we were more awake, then yes, we would have stayed in the stairs. But right now, I'm fighting to stay awake versus the night, no, the dreams give me. Right, so the stairs. If I continue going on it, it would make me hold the rails, and we will get used to holding the rails again, and that's not good. So you just have this speed walk here. Is what it is. Anyways, yesterday was pretty interesting. Yesterday we did a little bit of arc, and then we did a stupid amount of time on watch that made me uninstall it again. And then we did some Satisfactory at the end. Satisfactory isn't actually a bad game. It's actually not that bad. Once you build modules, it's pretty cool. So currently in Satisfactory, we've got like a crafting module. Now we only slept like 30 minutes earlier, and it's barely enough for me to be sane and awake. So swapping to the treatment was a good tool because not only are we half sleeping-ish, but I'm able to stay awake as well. All I know is that again, if we went on the stairs in this kind of sleepy phase, we would have started getting used to using the rails as support rather than, you know, I guess we can't have access to a lot of stuff. By the way, we're awake now. Just saying. The only difference is that golden hour is a bit plus. That's not a big deal. So yeah, we're awake. By the way, I think it was a good call for us to don't do this yesterday. Did the treadmill instead. I was like half asleep. The workout in. So yeah, we're just doing the go now. It looks like everyone's got sound barriers anyways. Never mind. 2 out of 3 sound barriers. So yeah, we're just gonna do the goat and then figure out where we're gonna go. But yeah, we'll probably talk a lot more soon. Not now. Later. No way, I've seen someone with a sound barrier now. There's a person that usually never has a sound barrier and it's a regular and actually sitting with the sound barrier this time. That's a first. Must have got a note from me then. That's good, bro. I don't know, they took the sound barriers off. Huh, whatever. So yeah, I think the strategy that doing this yesterday was a rather good idea because we were a bit sleepy, so we would have started holding onto the rail, and that would have been a bad habit to re-adopt. But at least we did like speed walking on the treadmill a bit, and we actually managed to stay half awake. We didn't say much, but we were like not fully sleepy, and then now we're like pretty much awake again, so it's pretty chill. We're on like 4 5s now. Is there anything to talk about? Kind of. What was I talk about? I think the only thing to talk about right now is the fact that we're awake. Like, even though we stayed 30 minutes early, yesterday's was a lot. Yesterday was a really long time of computer. I think we did like 1 to 2 hours of art. No, we literally nearly did like 12 hours. No, 10. We did like 10 hours yesterday. Kind of insane. Just like Taro and I think we're gonna go try out the other be able to let cool down soon. But yeah, so is there anything to talk about? I guess the only thing is Geno Crisis is pretty much Geno Crisis might be a bit finished. Not gonna lie, there's nothing for me to really do much of, you know. I mean there are bosses to do I guess. But yeah. Hold on, I'll talk more soon. Right now it's just still not the best soon. Here we go. Ah, now we can finally talk again because the sound barrier is gone. Well, no, not sound barrier, but the person without a sound barrier was way too close, but couldn't do much about it. Is what it is. But now we are in a more secluded spot, so it's not bad. So yeah, what was it all about? Sorry, I'll give this a normal timer. What is it all about? Well, we're awake now, so it's not that's good. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say yeah, Geno Crisis is pretty much over. Kind of. I mean, and I feel like I already done what I really wanted to do, right? What does it do? Geno Crisis is done. So what? I guess we just be doing some satisfactory thing. Fine. So far though, for the satisfactory is actually pretty chill. Well, not chill, but it's still a lot of problem solving, right? A lot of problem solving, which is quite nice. There you go. That should work out nicely. But yeah, Geno Crisis is pretty much done. I think we're done with Arc. Also done with Overwatch as well, because yesterday was pretty bad. So yeah, I guess we'll just be doing satisfactory for a bit. Currently, our factory's not too bad. I made a crafting component which I'm pretty proud of because I applied the same kind of thinking and logic to my parcel simulator. Yeah, because I did play parcel simulator once, and it's basically the same except no, not really. Satisfactory is a lot more unique. I know it's a lot more nicer to create create things, right? So yeah, let's see if I can say this clearly, right? So basically, this morning we weren't that sleepy. We're more like, one second, let me drink some water. I feel the hiccups coming. Right, so basically, what happened this morning was that we were not very sleepy, but when I did the stairs, I could feel the fatigue. So I had to end up made a decision there. So after 5 minutes of doing the stairs, I noticed that my hands were holding the rail a lot, right? So I just ended up getting up the stairs and going to the treadmill and turning the treadmill into like 5 speed and just started walking a bit faster. And we weren't necessarily getting knocked out, but we were at least, yeah, we weren't like knocked out, but occasionally like 2 minutes or 3 minute attacks happen a bit. But luckily, since we're on the treadmill, I could just quickly adjust my hand grip on the treadmill to just quickly absorb the fatigue for a few minutes and then go back to normal. Plus, also the water was like freezing cold as well. When I was drinking the water, it was freezing cold on the stairs, so I was breathing like really, really heavily as well because yeah, so it was a kind of a mess, but we fixed it in the end. Now, when it comes to Geno Crisis series, that's pretty much it's pretty much over. Like the defenses flying around's boring now, and the throw army's way too strong. Like even with the Dreadnought, they really won the fight because they had the Thyla, and overall, yeah, the rest of the arc is kind of just the same, just kill bosses and stuff, right? That's about it. But status and then Overwatch yesterday was also pretty bad because I don't know, playing DPS is kind of just too much my fault. Nah, playing DPS is way too focused, and nah, we just stopped playing. We just stopped playing DPS at that point. As you know, I just stopped playing Overwatch overall. Plus the new season is pretty bad anyways. So that's about it. So Overwatch is done for a bit. Do I really want to move into Marvel Rivals? I don't know. I feel like it's the same kind. The thing is, Overwatch and Marvel Rivals have got like zero lore, and the progress is just so up and down. You know, because like even if you have many hours on Overwatch, right? If you just have like a bad, if you just have like a bad games, it's like you never progressed, right? It's very fluctuated. Or is it? Volatile is the word. But for satisfactory, I mean, like right now, so far so good. When I first played, when I did day one, it was like, damn, it's a lot of materials, right? But I just adapted and created a super crafter thing, module. I also made foundations on the base as well and everything. So yeah, but I look forward to Satisfactory today. That's something to look forward to. Today's gonna be a bit busy, I think. Today's gonna be busy, right? We got this, we got Alpha Theory Regime, food, editing, dips and pull-ups, food, and then I think I could hop on the Satisfactory fairly quickly, right? And then got a very long shift today as well in the work. So a lot of things to do today. But that's alright. I'm used to it at this point. I think we're on 5 now. Something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if there's anything else to say. I don't think there's gonna be a story video today. No. I'm talking a lot. Right? Kind of ish. Yeah. Nah, so Overwatch, I really should have just stopped Overwatch a long time ago, but it's fine. Right, but it's probably gonna end up getting re-downloaded or something. Actually, I'm pretty sure I installed Marvel Rivals as well yesterday as well. I did. I remember, yeah. After uninstalling Overwatch, we literally uninstalled Marvel Rivals at the same time just because, yeah. That's okay, we got Satisfactory. So, is there anything else to talk about in Satisfactory? It's kind of just when you wait for a few materials and then we're good to go, right? We could build a super smelter, but no need. The way my base is working right now is pretty chill. Somehow that's really heavy. That's 30 kgs heavy. What the hell? Somehow 30 kgs is really heavy. I don't know how, but whatever. So yeah. But when we do a satisfactory thing, what we're doing for satisfactory right now is I think the game I don't actually know, but right now the way I'm building it, no, the way I've made things is I've made a super crafter, and that's basically it, right? I don't even have any full automation stuff, right? If I need to craft stuff, I have to manually input everything, right? But I feel like my strategy right now in Satisfactory is definitely a lot less chaotic than how it could be, right? Because I guess technically what you could do is you create a mine which goes to a smelter which goes to this, which goes to that, and you purely create that component, but it's going to be really, really slow. So instead what I've done is I've just made a super crafter, so when I need something I'll adjust the crafter and it'll craft what I need really fast, and then I can swap it into something else. So it's like multi-use. So it's not like just it's not a component for just one unit. It's a component that can craft units when I choose to, right? So pretty good though, I think. Like the yeah, like if you watch the Satisfactory series, it's pretty nice. It's a very logic thinking. It's quite nice. Because right now, I think the problem, no, not problem, but the thing with the current, what do you say? When it comes to the assembler, it's a bit slow, right? For the big parts that require multiple steps, it's either I make a super assembler system. I could make a super assembler as well, but it would definitely be a bit interesting. Oh, technically I could actually. It just depends, but we're definitely going to need to make a super assembler in the future. But would I want to combine the crafting module together with the assembler? I don't think I will, because if I just have the assembler, I mean the constructor by itself as a component, there's no need to combine it, we just have to manually input it. Technically we can actually make the crafted module even more efficient, because if I split, technically the way it works is, well, currently what we have, right, is we've got one storage unit that will split into threes, and that three can split into threes. So hold on, so if it's threes, so it splits into threes, 9, 9. Technically, if I really wanted, I could make that crafting, I could make the crafting module 9 crafters at one go. Oh, 9 crafters would that be overkill? Might be. Gonna use a lot of power though, but technically, from one storage unit, you can definitely make like 9. Because you can split it into threes and split it into 9s. Currently, we've only got it split into 5s. So we're not exactly being the most efficient. And when it comes to the assembler, the assembler is going to be definitely interesting. Let me guess though, I bet in the future it's going to be like a triple assembler, there's going to be like another step. So I'll probably have to make an assembler module as well, which means I'll need to create one goes into threes. So the assembler is going to basically be this. It's basically going to be this. Yeah, the assembler will basically be the same setup as the crafter. It's just going to require two storage units instead, because it needs to be split. Yeah, I guess so. Wait, but nine assemblers is a bit too much, I think. Ah, I guess I could just change it to 3. Yeah, I think we'll make the assembler module 3 then. That would, that would make logical sense. Instead of making 9, at best they could be 3. Will it? Yeah, 3 will be fine. I don't even know what the goal is for the Satisfactory game, but I guess the goal right now is to, we're good, we're chill. There's a lot of upgrades. Probably gonna find a bunch of gold soon. Just mine the hell out of that. And again, for the Satisfactory thing, there's not really any need to make the super. There's no need to make an automatic mining drill yet. Not yet. Because again, my clankers, they mine a lot faster than a mining drill. And they don't suck up as much power. And I can collect like 20 something plus. I think what would be really good if they could find a way to have like some kind of clanker that would, in Satisfactory, if I had a, I think the best thing for a clanker, no, not clanker, I think the best thing that would be nice, and so I had like some kind of tracker that would tell me how much materials I have, something like that. What kind of does tell you, if you hold the materials, right, in your inventory and you look into the crafting bench, it'll show you how much you can craft. So we could just do that. Oh yeah, so there's no, matter of fact, if I think about it right now, in our factory, there's not actually any kind of, I mean, the only automation you would really want is, no, not really, because everything's, it's like semi-automatic, right? It's like components, not fully automated. Yeah, having it fully automated just wouldn't make sense. You're better off just making manual components, you know, changing what you need when you need it, right? Yeah, it's like when you need copper wires, you'll adjust the machines to make copper wires. If you need something else, you'll do that. Also, I'm pretty smart in doing the concrete limestone module, not module, but I use the same logic with the smelt for concrete. It seems like the limestone only turns into concrete. But when it comes to exploring, I don't know if we could do that yet because it's way too dangerous. We died multiple times trying to explore. I think I need to upgrade the tiers before I actually go exploring again. Because those little ball things, they have a zapper. So yeah, that's what it is. I wouldn't finish the water. So I just went on like a full talk about Satisfactory. That's just how my brain works. Alright. Because I guess I just really like solving problems. But when it comes to Ark, I think if we really did it right, it's like right now in Ark, the only thing left is to just kill bosses and stuff, right? And how you do that, you just create one Rex army, you're done. Right, you gotta collect this and that, but that's about it. When it comes to Overwatch, the problems are so fluctuated because it's hard to perform. Not hard, but it's definitely like, you know, nah, I just don't want to touch Overwatch for a bit. Or Marvel Rivals either. But yeah, Satisfactory is definitely a good game. I want to continue doing. It really just helps me, not helps me, but it really is just it's like a puzzle, you know? It's interesting. Logical thinking, mechanics, modules. It's cool. Because I don't even watch any YouTube videos, it's just still based on my thinking, right? It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Again, I'm really super proud of my crafting module I made yesterday. It was so good, but it could be better. That's the beauty of it, right? I can make that module even more efficient. Alright, yeah, we're nearly done. Been talking about the factory thing for so long. Completely forgot what we were trying. Oh yeah, and yesterday we went to the premium place. Nah, the premium place is just not worth it. I already did the calculations on the premium place, right? I already talked about it yesterday as well. The premium place, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Reason? Because, well, yeah, the premium place isn't worth it. Because the reason is because it's just, well, matter of fact, since we found out that the sauna was broken, they just made it even less valuable to go there. I think the reason is because it is, what is it? The problem with the premium gym is that it takes, it costs twice the amount of time to get there, right? So if one, it takes up more time to drive there, right? So it turns a 10-minute drive into like a it turns a 20-minute drive into a 40-minute drive, right? 40 minutes of driving, really? You know? So it turns a 20-minute drive into a 40-minute drive for what though? What kind of benefits do you get from doing that? Well, benefits are usually time an hour, right? But compared to here, we get time an hour more frequently. Plus, golden hour here is not even bad because if there's lots of people, it would, this is the roof is so high, the place is so large that I could just move and it's basically done an hour in my own bubble. Second, the infrared sca- the sauna, the red sauna, right? It's not it's not even that good because honestly, if you actually spend 20 minutes outside in the sun for like, you know, butt naked and everything, right? You would get more you would get more benefits from just that 20-minute sunbathe rather than the infrared scanner because it's just light. The sun's better, so it's not like a need. I prefer staying at home and getting real life sun rather than touching some red light, right? Second, the equipment there is not, it doesn't fit to us. Most of the stuff is in the Brokey area, right? And also the Brokey area in that place is far worse than here because the roof is still shorter, and also that place is near residential areas. So Golden Hour and the Wild place is not worth it either because since it's in a residential place, there's actually more people there's more people in the Brokey area too. Plus, also, when a single person comes into the premium gym, Diamond Hour gets instantly cancelled and demoted into like Silver Hour. It's just terrible because it's such a small space, right? And when one person enters with you, you can hear each other regardless of the sound barrier. It's too close to. It's too close. Yeah, too close. Way too close. And again, that the premium area doesn't even have half the stuff we need, right? Doesn't have the Smith machine for bench, not for chest. Doesn't have the hip thruster for legs. Doesn't even have a leg press. Well, it does, but and it also doesn't have the goat for the back. The only thing it can do is arms. It is not even a good. Is and foot doesn't even have any of the goat stuff for shoulders as well. So it's not worth it. Too many negatives, and the only benefit I can get the benefit here. Now, when it comes to the other gym, the other premium gym, right? That one is actually slightly better, but I'd say it would probably cost for 50 minutes instead. It would probably cost 50 minutes instead, but that one uses the motorway as well. The other premium gym's alright, but it's still somewhat the same logic. Well, not exactly, but the roof is still kind of short, but at least you got more space. But again, it will turn to like a really awkward golden hour. But I mean, at least that place has got everything you need, kind of. The only thing it doesn't have is the goat for the back and the hip thrust for, well, it doesn't have the good hip thrust, but it's good for chest day. It's quite decent for legs as well. If you depends on the type of legs you want to do. It's not bad. It's really good for shoulders. Good for arms as well. Super good for arms. Only downside is not the best for back, but it's only because it doesn't have the goat. But yeah, but again, it's just the benefits is still this place here is still the highest like reward for the list. It's got the highest reward. I think again it's because this place is in an industrial area, so this place gets super busy during industrial times. I've been here before too. When I was younger, I used to come here during like peak lunchtime, right? This place is full of workers. So this gym here is mainly the target audience is workers during break time. It's like a lot of office people come here. Yeah, a lot of like just a lot of work. It's like just no no young ones here. That's one thing. No university kids, no teenagers. This place is purely for adults because it's in an industrial area and it is nowhere near anyone's houses, so you can't just walk here. If you want to walk here, you have to walk like next to the motorway, next to the bridge. So this place here is like super good for golden hour because it's near no resident areas, right? If you want to get here, you're gonna have to drive here, and that means you have to drive at the yeah. But when it comes to like the other gyms, right? The other gyms are literally within the resident areas, and that's a different target audience, right? That's targeting the ones that live next door. Like they could just walk from their house towards the gym, no parking required because they live in a resident area, and that place is really a lot of people. Same applies to that premium place as well. And the 50-minute drive one is targeted for the really rich because that lives in like the hill area. Fun fact: the smell from outside is really weird. It's like food, but it's not food. It's like it's still the smell outside is really weird, but at least the gym right now isn't seeping any of that toxic smell. No, we talked a lot today. Jeez, that's what satisfactory does to you. You just start thinking logically again. We're gonna check the weight now. I think I haven't checked the weight in like 2 days. Whoops. Alright, we are. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of knew that was gonna happen. I felt super light today. I felt really light today as well. 69.15. Yeah, I knew it. Very light today. I felt light today as well. So just saying, last night I literally fell asleep so fast because my brain was like literally numb at the end of the day. I think it was numb from the Overwatch. No, not really. The Satisfactory was really nice there. Damn, I'm getting addicted to that game, but it's just so much logical problems and thinking. It's pretty cool. But Satisfactory soon enough, it's going to get a bit boring because once we finish it, but that's nice though. Sometimes games that finish is nice. But yeah, all right. Appreciate it again, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so no need for another story video because too much talking today. That's good. Appreciate it.